G'day viewers, another week has flown by, brings us to Friday, and it's another totally fucked up Friday, where I take a little look at some of the things I've seen around the world this week that prove that the world really is totally fucked up. Now, in recent weeks, there's been lots of stories that have revolved around Australia that have raised issues of racism, censorship of the internet, video games, DVDs, movies, all sorts of crazy stuff. Now, let's be fair, makes Australia look pretty bad. I still quite enjoy living here. Now, not to be defensive, because I've raised these issues, I think they're serious issues and need to be addressed. There's been heaps of difference of opinion, arguments, meanness, nastiness, and intelligence. More intelligent than you get in a lot of places. I do like you people. I like you. There's other people who are totally fucked up. You know who you are. Well, actually, you don't. That's what the problem is. But I think you're good people. You know who you are. I'm getting distracted, aren't I? Let's move on. This week, I wanted to pull out just a few stories from around the world that show these issues of racism and censorship are everywhere. And seriously, it is like shooting fish in a barrel. Just finding countries from anywhere around the world and finding fairly serious questions about racism and censorship and oppression being raised. And without even going for the really obvious ones like China or Iran or North Korea, let's swan over to Italy. And a lot of people who know Italy's politics will say, you know, that's a fairly easy target. Particularly Silvio Berlusconi, who's just been embroiled in so many conspiracies and allegations, and I think even convictions of corruption. Hates the internet, hates the idea people can spread shit about him. And when I say shit, in Berlusconi's case, I mean the truth. So, okay, Italy is the country that is trying some Google directors because of a video someone uploaded to YouTube. Trying them in absentia because the Google directors aren't stupid enough to show up in a country that would launch such an insane fucking lawsuit. And that lawsuit, they are literally saying company directors are criminally responsible for what someone does on the website of a subsidiary company they own. If insane shit like this was to actually become law in any significant number of countries, that would literally mean the end of, you know, YouTube, any blogging sites, any site that allows you to comment. Basically, this is not paranoid conspiracy. This is a deliberate attempt by some political bodies to kill the internet because they really don't like it. Berlusconi's latest brainwave is to say you should have to have a government-approved license to upload moving pictures to the internet. Yeah, you can't put a video on the internet unless the government approves of what you're saying. Free speech, who needs it? And on to the ever-touchy topic of race. Let's have a look at the proposed All-American Basketball Alliance. It's a proposal for a new league of basketball in the US, and there's one interesting rule. You can only play in this league if you are American born of 2 Caucasian parents. Yes, someone's proposing that a whites-only basketball league is a good idea. But it's not racist. Spokesklansman Don Moose Lewis has gone to great lengths to say he doesn't hate black people. Apparently he just doesn't want to see them anywhere. And so he's going about how white people are becoming a minority. There's certainly a minority in the representation on professional basketball. I think that has something to do with skill. I don't think there's anyone going, no, he's the best player I've ever seen, but he's white, so I don't think we'll have him on his team. I think you could build a case that if you get a white player who's about 1/10 as good as a black player, he's going to get a lot more games simply because, you know, evening things out a little bit. But that's conjecture. Let's go back to the Moose, who says for a fact this isn't about racism. Unless you use the dictionary definition. Now, Moose doesn't want to ban black people because of the colour of their skin. No, he wants it to be an all-white game because, according to him, the white game is a game of fundamentals, not street ball as played by people of colour. But it's not racist. He also seems to have a problem with bad manners, and he cites how various black players have done very bad, violent, nasty things. One guy even apparently took a gun into his locker room, which got his team to ban him for a while. And so Moose's idea is that an all-white league won't have that problem, because white people never behave badly. But it isn't racist. In all honesty, I could not give a shit if someone wanted to put together an all-white sporting league or something like basketball because it's dominated by non-whites. I mean, what he's saying is, let's have a league for people who aren't any good. And lots of people do that. It's called amateur sport. I mean, good luck making this work as a professional league, because for a professional league to work, you have to have enough people who want to see it. So what this guy is saying is, I want a league of people who aren't very good. And I want enough people to pay to see them, and I want sponsors to pay for the team, and good fucking luck with that plan, buddy. Why don't you just drop the whole All-American thing and drop the whites thing and just call it the We Are Really Shit Players League? You know what really gives me the shits about this? I suspect it was never intended to work. The people knew no one was interested in an all-white league, and they knew it was never going to get up. Like, they approached Atlanta, among other cities, to host the team, and the people in Atlanta told them to just get the fuck out. You know, so they've focused on southern states and southern cities, and they're just repeatedly being told to fuck off. And so their all-white league is not going to get up, because it would be too fucking boring, as well as just being offensive in concept. And so they can go, oh, poor oppressed white people. White man can't take a break, which is the biggest load of horse shit ever. But that's the problem. It's like these days, nothing is ever on the surface. No one is honest. Everyone, left, right, centre, whatever, is just pushing a political barrow and playing these fucking games. You can't trust anyone. It's come down to the stage where it's like, right, but what's that person really trying to do when they get that? And what's worst of all is people are being suckered by it. Some blatant racist does something so incredibly offensive, so then he can act like the injured party. And the idea of some inbred Klansman claiming to be the injured party, well,